and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I have been sharing my weight loss, health, and wellness journey here on YouTube since April of 2020. I've lost over 120 pounds and I've gone from my late 30s to my early 40s, so I continue to share all of the things that I have learned along the way with you. If this sounds like something that would be helpful to you, I would love it if you went ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It really does help my channel a lot and I appreciate you for being along for the journey. I also want to say thank you to all of my returning subscribers. I really deeply appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. Back in June, I started taking a low-dose birth control pill called low-estrin Phe to help me manage the symptoms I was experiencing as part of perimenopause. I take this pill the same time every single day, and while the normal routine of birth control would have a 5-day skip period where you take either a placebo or sugar pill, I actually continue taking the regular dosage of birth control in order to potentially eliminate my periods altogether. To recap my previous video, I did do a video the first 30 days that I was on this birth control pill, which I will link up above. But I went to my gynecologist back in May to address some extreme symptoms I was experiencing. Some of those symptoms included very, very heavy periods that were also very, very irregular. I was getting a period just randomly. It could be weeks or it could be over a month. During those periods, I would experience extremely painful cramping as well as muscle aches and pains, which I had not experienced since I was in my teens. Every symptom of PMS that you can think of, I was also experiencing, but they were like very amplified is the word I'll use. I think I could describe them as PMS symptoms on steroids. It was really, really bad. I was also experiencing really bad night sweats where I would wake up literally drenched in sweat in the middle of the night. Disgusting, horrible, soaking wet. And the most embarrassing symptom that I had begun experiencing was a condition called Hydradenitis suppurativa, which is painful, cyst-like boils / acne-like in my female parts. So my last update at the 30-day mark, I hadn't really seen a ton of improvement, and that was to be expected. When I followed up with my doctor, she did advise me that this was completely normal and that I would start likely seeing some improvement around the 90-day mark. Well, that 90-day mark is here, so I thought it'd be a great time to give you an update on how managing my perimenopause with birth control has been going. While my periods have not been 100% eliminated, I can say that they have 100% significantly improved. My last full period was on June 29th, which means I should have gotten one around July 22nd based on my period tracker, but that period never came. I can say that I have had some periods that were more or less like heavy spotting, where it's clearly not a full period, but I still am having some symptoms. It kind of feels like, and I think the best way to describe this is that my uterus is trying to have a period, but it just doesn't quite get there. This is normal and a good thing because it means that I am making progress towards completely eliminating the periods. Unfortunately, I am still experiencing some of the symptoms that I mentioned earlier, especially around the time of this heavy spotting that I've experienced. In fact, just the last few days, I went through this very similarly. I'm going to say it was the last 5 days, but it got very extreme the last 2 days where I had a new symptom where I had some really, really bad heartburn. And I don't think it was anything in particular that I ate. I think it was a symptom because I started experiencing that heavy spotting again. I also noticed that I'm still having changes in my mood, whereas the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, I have felt really, really depressed, not for any particular reason, although it could be a response to stress at work. I don't think it is based on, I'm not normally a very depressed person. I'm usually very cheery, very upbeat, very positive outlook minded, but I just did not feel like that the last 2 weeks. However, once the spotting came, I did start feeling better almost immediately. That's something I'm going to keep an eye on as time goes by, and I think it's just something that I have to be patient and hang in there to see improvement. I will be happy when some of these more physical complaints are resolved, especially the cramping, the bloating, the just feeling kind of for a very long time. It has gotten better, it's just not completely resolved yet. And I probably shouldn't expect it to be. My body is still adjusting, which is something that is just going to take time. One thing that I talked about in a previous video, not related to this subject specifically, but I was for a short period of time experiencing what I would describe as hormonal acne. I was breaking out all along my jawline, which is a very unusual place for me to break out. However, over time, I did notice that improve as well, and those breakouts pretty much stopped, I'm going to say about halfway through July. I think that was just a matter of my body, my hormones getting kind of balanced out. So I'm glad that I saw improvement there. I will say too, even though I'm still getting the symptoms, the duration of the symptoms is it's getting there. It's getting less and less. I feel like I was feeling that way for about 2 weeks at a time prior to my period. And now it's really maybe down to I would say 5 to 10 days before. I can definitely still notice that there's something coming, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. The best thing for me so far, though, has been that the Hydradenitis suppurativa has not flared up since early June. I really can't describe to you what a godsend that is. I've been really hesitant to talk about HS because it's super, super, super embarrassing. In fact, I actually filmed and edited an entire video about this subject, but because it's talking about this cyst-like, it's not really acne, but it presents like really, really bad aggravated acne, and it's tunnels under your skin. It's so painful and so disgusting, but it's also really, really embarrassing because of where I get it. People get it in all different places. It's actually common to get it under the armpits and on your upper inner thighs. But where I get it is in my, I guess you could say, my groin area. And that's just, it's disgusting and embarrassing. Even though it's not my fault, it's completely impacted by my hormones. So I do have that video. It's kind of just like sitting behind the scenes. If you guys think I should post it, let me know in the comments below if you're just interested in what it is. For me, it's really embarrassing, but I have a feeling because it's embarrassing for me, I should talk about it because that means it's probably embarrassing for somebody else out there who feels like they're alone or don't know what it is and think that it's something that they're doing wrong. But anyway, I am happy, really, really happy that I am seeing relief of that because it was so bad and so painful and so embarrassing that I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I'm happy that I have not had a flare-up in a while now. So overall, I do feel like I'm on the right track towards improvement. Every symptom that I've had while I'm still experiencing it has gotten better. I can say that with 100% certainty. I'm not all the way there, but I think it's just going to take more time for my hormones to really balance out and kind of get caught up. Keep in mind, I was feeling the way that I was feeling since right around my 40th birthday. And now that I'm 41 and just starting to deal with it, I have to realize that it took a long time, to kind of get those symptoms and for those symptoms to present themselves. So it's not going to just go away instantly. And in the scheme of life, 3 months is really not that long a period of time to be treating something that has been affecting me for significantly longer than that. I hope you found this video helpful. I will do another update around the 6-month mark, so in another 3 months from now. I am curious to see how this treatment with low-dose birth control progresses. I am happy with the progress I've seen so far, but I know there's a ways to go. So if you've been on the same journey as me or experienced something similar, I would love it if you're open to it, of course, because I know this is a very personal experience. Please share what has helped you in the comments below. If you don't want to share, that's totally respectable too. Go ahead and leave me a orange emoji. I appreciate you so much for watching this video. Thank you for coming along on my health and wellness journey. And until next time, I'll see you real soon.